Holy fuck. I just finished playing the first two raids of the Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost of Tsushima Legends new update with the raids, and that's my reaction. These are incredibly fucking new. Like, everything in it is new for the most part, and there's new interactions, there's new mechanics. There's so much new in it, and it's ridiculously hard. I went into it with a 106 Ronin, along with another Ronin around 107, an assassin, and a samurai, and all in a voice call. And let's just say there is a reason they didn't have matchmaking for the raids. It's because you need the communication. You need to be coordinated. They were not lying when they said that. Coordination is so much key in this that if you don't coordinate, you're going to fail. Let me put this in perspective for how hard it is. Nightmare missions fail if a single ghost dies. A single player dies, or if you fail any part of the mission, the entire mission fails. This gives you unlimited continues as if it were a bronze mission because of how hard it is. I only finished the first two, and I played for over 6 hours with the raids. The first raid took me and my party about 2 hours to beat, and the second one took us over 4. The second one we also failed a lot more at because it was just that much drastically harder and slightly confusing. But it was so much fun. So good. One complaint I do have is in my first one, on my first raid, I didn't get a single legendary item. Not a one. And that I feel is a problem because it is a 2-hour commitment, at least right now, to do these things. I guarantee that people will get it down to a science and they'll get it down to like 45-minute raids. And you'll still be getting 10 whole pieces of gear, which you do if you do all the chests in the raid. And you'll still be getting 10 pieces of gear, but if it's still 2 hours right now, and no legendary for the hardest thing we have so far, for the hardest gameplay experience we've had in Ghost of Tsushima, is kind of disappointing. I did get a legendary the second time, but I didn't get one the first time. So that is slightly upsetting. But it's insane. It is insanely good. There's there's puzzles. There's puzzle points. There's parts of the raids that are more puzzle based instead of just difficult combat based. And they're not even easy puzzles. They're quite difficult, in fact. Most of them. And how the raids work is there are 5 areas in each raid, similar to how there are 3 areas in a story mission. There's 5 areas, and in each area there is a Oni chest, and you could do these Oni chests and get an extra piece of gear at the end. Along with, you have to do all 5 Oni chests at least the first time you run these to get the achievements. And they're not, the Oni chests honestly aren't difficult with 4 people. It only spawns, I think, 5 Oni, and they're all the powerful Oni, like the boss Oni type, but they're not too difficult. And then in each of these areas, you have to complete them. Each one has a different objective. There's one where you have to defeat enemies next to these little egg sacs to release a crystal. And then you have to take those crystals and plant them in an area to beat the area, and other really interesting things like that. There's different points where there's different parts of places where the disciples of Iyo come in, the ones that heal all the enemies in the area. There's entire areas dedicated to simply not fighting enemies at all, not fighting many enemies or even enemies at all, and just doing parkour or just doing climbing and swinging and puzzles. And it's honestly refreshing to have it not just be different combat challenges, one right after the other. All in all, this, I did not think the update could get even better than it already was, but it did. It got so much better. I am so excited. I want to go play the final one right now, but the people I was playing with had to go to bed because it's like 4 a.m. for them, or it was. Now it's like 5 a.m. as I'm recording this. So, yeah, I will be finishing it tomorrow. I will be giving my final, more composed, less reactionary thoughts on it, along with more spoilers in that video tomorrow. So this is just holy fucking shit. It's amazing. And I will detail in the next video parts of each of the raids that I found to be difficult and not very well explained. While you do have to figure it out for yourself, it's not it is a lot of trial and error, and it's not very intuitive in some locations. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed my fangirling over this fucking game, because holy shit, this is free.